$25,000 in the prize pool, another $25,000 in bounties, 128 entries. Today, we're playing the Progressive Bounty Noon Tournament $400 buy-in at Portland Meadows. My dog wakes me up at 6 a.m. and I make myself some coffee. Toast is waiting for me by the front door, so I take him for a walk down by Powell's bookstore. I play a game of chess while I'm waking up because one brutal mental game just isn't enough for this fine Saturday. My opponent mouse slips his queen, so I get 10 free ELO points. At 10:30 a.m., it's time to drive down to Portland Meadows. And we're off. Let's talk about how the bounty works. In addition to the normal chips, each player gets $200 in bounty chips. They look kind of like $25 cash chips. If you bust someone out, you get half of their bounty in cash immediately. The other half goes into your bounty stack. So for example, we all start with 200. If I bust someone out, I immediately get $100 in cash and $100 added to my bounty, so my bounty is now $300. If someone busts me, they get $150 cash and $150 added to their bounty, and so on. The bounties got up into the thousands by the end of the tournament. 90 minutes go by, I lose a bunch of pots, and I'm down to 20 bigs. Not the start I was hoping for. But then I'm dealt the king 10 of diamonds. So when under the gun raises, I call in middle position, and a third player behind me comes along. The flop is 2, 9, 8 with 2 diamonds. Under the gun checks, and with my flush draw, 2 overcards, and a backdoor straight draw, I decide to bet. The third player behind me that tagged along shoves all in. The under the gun player calls, and why not? I call, and we have video.
All right, roll it, guys. Roll it.
Yeah. There we go. Cracking pocket aces, all in for my tournament life. Boy, that sure feels good. In fact, the player with aces told me he's a viewer of the vlog. So, sir, this one's for you. Let's take a moment to admire that sweet stack of triple-up chips being pushed my way. All right, first break update. I blinded down to 10K chips, about 20 bigs, and then I got all in and hit the flush that you just saw, tripled up. So I'm right back to starting stack, and it's as if I'm just entering the tournament for the first time. No bounties yet, but we're back. Oh, one more, it fell off.
You're making me nervous, I can't get it back on.
Maybe. No, you had it. I mean, oh, yeah. Within 5 minutes of getting back from break, I've squandered all of my chips. Back down to 10K, I find myself all in 3 ways with 10 jack offsuit. And this happens. I hit the straight, and I have my 3rd lease on life in this tournament.
Nice. Barely still in it. No one's getting my bounties.
And we've got our next hand. Under the gun raises it up, and half the table calls. The button greedily eyes the dead money in the pot and decides to make a move. They're all in, and now I've got a decision. My gut is telling me that they're weak, but when I look down at ace, king of clubs, well, that makes the decision easy. We've got video.
Nice.
I've won 2 big all-ins now. I've got 80,000 chips in my stack. Things are going my way since the break, and I do my Lucky Rooster dance.
Thanks.
I'm not gonna lie, it feels really good to be able to shuffle a stack of red chips. This next hand, I didn't start recording in time, but it's against the same player whose pocket aces I cracked with the king 10 of diamonds when I hit the flush. This time I had ace queen, and he had pocket kings. I hit the straight 8, 9, 10, jack, queen. So now, the poor viewer of the vlog, I cracked both his aces and kings in the same day and the same tournament. So with that, I get my first bounty. I have 150,000 chips, and I'm actually the chip leader at my table going into the second break.
All right, second break update. What a rush. I was down to 2 red chips, 11K, when the blinds were at 1,000, 1,000. And now I'm sitting on 150,000 chips. I'm the chip leader at my table. You'll see how it happened in the video. I got my first bounty, and I'm going back after the break to play some more poker.
I have my usual egg, cheese, and tomato on a bagel before heading back to the tournament. I've got my big stack, and I'm ready to play some hands. I don't play any hands. I blind down, get into a few small skirmishes and lose. With my stack dwindling, I lose the will to film. But I get it all in a few times against a couple of the short stacks, looking for those bounties. But I'm the one who ends up doubling them up. And if you look at the before and after pictures of my chip stacks, well, that's the kind of time I was having. 90 minutes go by. We're almost on the bubble. I've got 7 bigs, and this is my final hand of the tournament.
Nice hand. Well, that's it for my run. Out in 24th place out of 128 entries. It paid down to 18th, so it was kind of sort of the bubble. Blinded out down to about 7 big blinds, had jack 9 of hearts in late position, got it all in, and that was it. It was a good run though, great bounty tournament, and I'll be back next week.
It's an abrupt end to the vlog today. I had 150,000 chips, and I completely blew it. If you've ever played poker before, you know that feeling. Thanks for watching.